Look at my choker.
It says ATM cell.
ATMSL. No, but it reminds me of who I am.
It's a leash.
A leash. Because I'm a huge...
What?
Are we ready for this snatching?
The eyes are the nipples of the chest. Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Dutch Housewives.
Dutch Housewives.
Reporting live, London calling.
London. Yeah, we've been traveling from Croatia to Czechia to London.
Yes. We're going everywhere with this Eurovision going on and this Ruruvision going on.
Yes.
Wow. Today we have the anticipated, the iconic,
The unclockable.
Snatch Game.
Woo! Excitement.
But very Dutch excitement.
Yeah.
I have to say, after last week, which was an iconic, high-energy, amazing episode, I like this one less. Slightly disappointed with this episode and Snatch Game.
Maybe they had like a high last week and then now they're kind of dropping like a roller coaster.
It's like the Scottish landscape. You have mountains and you have valleys. And we're definitely in a valley with this one.
It's probably just a case of the Mondays.
We just wanted to preface with that, and then now we can leave the negativity behind. We can't leave the negativity.
No, of course not. We're going to review it, so no.
Yeah. But of course, we pride ourselves in the fact that we try to be as nuanced and respectful as possible.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to preface with the fact that I felt like... what did I feel like?
They didn't broad it.
These bitches brought it.
Maybe this group just isn't really a Snatch Game kind of group.
Perhaps. But we'll dig into that very soon, actually, because I don't have a lot of notes. As you might have heard, the auditions are open for Season 2 of Drag Race Holland.
Oh, yes!
Imagine you apply and you get on. What would you like to do for Snatch Game?
Me? Oh.
Yeah.
It's a hard one because, to be really honest, I'm not too familiar with Dutch celebrities. Scandal, of course.
Scandalous. I mean, you weren't born in this country, so
but
you have an excuse.
Yeah, but still, I've been raised here as
but
well,
still you have an excuse. You could use it. You don't have to tell anyone that you came here when you were 7.
But I'm...
You could be like, I came here when I was 70, and I look so young still.
Yeah, of course. So who would I do for Snatch Game?
Yeah, who would you
To go back to the question. So as I said, I'm not too familiar with Dutch celebrities, but I've already imagined me doing Famke Louise.
Wait.
With,
I'm gonna give you the prop. I'm gonna give her the prop.
Ja, ik heb toch echt wel een speakbriefje meegenomen, want ik vind dat het gewoon kan. Ja, ik heb veel respect voor corona. Mijn accent is all over the place. I really don't know how to do an Amsterdam accent. I would just prepare for the lip sync.
Yeah.
Let's just say that. And who would you do?
Oh, I would have to take the most famous person from my hometown who went to my school, and that would be supermodel of the world, Tayce Cruz. She's like so passionate about everything, but also very Frisian about it. Ja, ik vind het echt heel belangrijk dat we het hierover hebben. Een Drag Race is gewoon super belangrijk en ik wil dat iedereen ervan weet. Ik vind niet dat het kan. Nee. En daarom zeg ik tegen alle Friese drag queens, auditeer, praat maar Fries. Yeah, so that would be my character.
This hoe was actually just on TV Cantina, so... So yeah, those are our characters.
Yeah.
Mine is...
What this really does is illustrate my next point, namely that Snatch Game is really difficult to translate across borders. When we watch the US version or the Canadian version or the UK version, we're not going to know a lot of the characters.
Yeah.
When we watched the Dutch version, we knew almost all of the characters. So, almost.
We knew the good ones.
But the thing is, I'm not someone who's going to look up all the characters. Of course, for Drag Race Holland, we described all the characters and what they were like and what they were famous for. But in foreign versions, I'm not going to look up who everyone is. I just hope that someone is funny across that boundary.
Yeah.
And I think usually the winners of Snatch Game are really the people that make us laugh regardless of what character they're doing.
Yes. And also, as RuPaul has stated, you have to put yourself in that character as well. Like,
yeah.
That character needs to be close to you.
And it needs to be alive. live.
It needs to be live. And you need to vibe with RuPaul and really make Ru laugh, basically.
Yeah. It was really weird, this Snatch Game. And we're going to dig into everyone's performance after this. But what I felt was weird about the Snatch Game was that there was no real interaction between the characters.
Yeah.
And perhaps they edited it all out. It was very much question-answer and not a lot of banter that we usually see in all versions, really.
And those are my favorite bits.
Yeah.
Because that's like full-on improvisation and like you're in your characters.
I was sad that that wasn't in it, and perhaps that's also why I felt like it was not as good of a Snatch Game.
The Snatch was a bit dry.
Kind of like y'all. So we, of course, have Michelle and Gemma Collins, our favorite, our dearest.
JC.
I'm sick of playing games, big brother. Gemma thinks she has seen a ghost.
Nah, this, I'm out of here. Get that fire exit door.
Get that fire exit door.
The snippets from Big Brother are so good.
Obviously, we are such a big fan of Gemma Collins.
Yeah, this was amazing.
Really excited to see her.
She stole the show.
Oh my god, she was
Compared
so
to some of the queen.
She was actually a contestant doing herself.
It was actually Cheryl
Hall
who came back.
Yeah.
Where's the fire exit door?
Don't want to play any more games, RuPaul.
So let's dig into every character. Of course, like we said, we're not going to look up all the characters. I think You Should Be Funny regardless.
Yeah.
But that does mean that the references are going over our head.
Yeah.
Up first is Tia as Mel B. Of course, we know Mel B from the Spice Girls. But I have no idea what her personality is like. I know nothing about her. Except that she was in the Spice Girls.
This was Mel B if salt was a spice. Only salt. It was scary.
So
yeah.
mean.
It had no seasoning. I wanted something more spicy. Ja, ik heb toch echt wel een speakbriefje meegenomen, want ik vind dat het gewoon kan.
I wanted something.
I wanted something.
But I did learn one thing. She apparently was married to Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Because she told us only 50 times.
She had one joke, though, that Eddie Murphy was her last BBC. That was funny. That was funny.
Yes, but it was handed to her, basically.
Yeah.
I do have to say, she was in character. I didn't fully understand the whole time. That was kind of weird.
Yeah.
But she didn't make me laugh, love.
No.
I don't know your bites.
Yeah. Yeah, she initially wanted to do Shirley Bassey, and I think maybe that was a better choice.
Always stick to your guns.
Always stick to your first choice,
Yeah.
basically.
Don't ever let anyone lead you astray, because that usually ends in disaster.
Disaster, and at best safe. At best.
Exactly. Then up next we have Sister as Sally Morgan, or Psychic Sally. Let's start with the positive. I think she was really in character, had a couple of good jokes.
Yeah.
I do think that she deserved to be like in the safe.
Yeah, true. In a safe deposit.
She definitely deserved to be safe. But what bugs me is that we've seen this psychic type of character a lot on Drag Race.
Yeah.
There's not a lot more you can do with it. You can't really surprise us, except for the fact I already knew that answer. And I have a vision.
Yeah.
And we've seen that so many times before. We had Raven Simonier.
Teresa Caputo.
Yeah. We've seen it.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't surprise me anymore. Even though she did a good job, I was like,
Yeah, and also, I think Chloe?
And Helen?
Cleo from Reiki. Cleo from Priyanka.
The condensation.
That's a Snatch Game character, Mom. If I can do maybe like an Australian, Gina. Insignificant. What?
Yeah. It's really old.
On the Queen.
Queen.
Maybe I can do her, but that also doesn't really translate to the Dutch public, I think.
No, because when Chelsea did an American character and it really didn't work, that they had to switch languages.
I mean, but it did work, as in like Chelsea still slayed.
She's still slayed, but I didn't think it would work to do that again. I'd
really?
rather have people stick to Dutch-speaking characters.
Yeah.
Or make it a Dutch-speaking character.
Yeah.
So yeah, to boil it down, basically, strong performance, but predictable character.
Yeah, safe.
Next up is Laurence Cheney as Miriam Margulies.
Miriam Margulies.
Who is apparently a lesbian.
A lesbian.
That's all I got from her. I didn't get who she was until I looked her up, and then I was like, oh, she's the head of Hufflepuff.
Oh!
She's Madam Sprout.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh! Jackie. Thank you for saying that.
So, we did not get that at all.
No.
I really think Laurence missed the mark. I mean, the mark was here, and she went to the market. And then she left the market and went to Mark, her friend.
Friend, yeah.
And then Mark had another friend, Mark with a C. He's really nice, but he's a bit of a fool. But they went to Mark's house and then they just forgot about this Mark that they had to hit. And that's about how long her sentences were as well.
Somehow you made it work, though. I think Laurence...
Full stop.
No, I don't think about it. No, but I think Laurence tried to save some of her jokes.
Yeah.
By explaining everything or like keep rambling on. But in this case, it didn't really work because usually she rambles with RuPaul as Laurence and that works.
That works.
But not as a different character.
Yeah.
Then you really have to think inside that character. And I don't really think she was inside the character.
Next up, we have Ellie Diamond as Matt Lucas. But also kind of his character from Little Britain. I have to admit, I've never seen Little Britain, so I have no idea what this character is like, but I do feel like Ellie portrayed her in such a way that I know what the character is like.
Yeah.
Was it particularly funny? Not necessarily.
It was a little bit one note.
Yeah, pretty much.
One note.
But she stayed in character.
She stayed in character. That's commendable. And I think the character she portrayed was decent and accurate.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't as bad as some of the others. So it was kind of like in the middle for me.
Yeah.
So safe.
Yeah.
Next up is Taze as Jane Turner. I really thought the accent was well done. That really got her into character.
Yes.
Just the look. I mean, the dusty gray hair.
The makeup
outfit, the makeup. It just worked. I have no idea who she is, but I kind of know who she is, you know?
Yeah. I'm impressed by Tayce. She really stepped outside of her box.
Yeah.
And
stepped into someone else.
In someone else's box.
Her Snatch.
In Jane's box.
Jane's Snatch.
Ooh, box. Oh. But yeah, I was impressed by Tayce because she really took a risk for her.
Yeah.
I mean, as Ellen Carr said, she could have done a very safe and very gorgeous, model-esque Naomi Campbell kind of character.
I'm happy she didn't.
Yeah.
This really worked. It was a really good performance. Wasn't the best, but definitely, compared to the others, one of the best.
I mean, she had moments. So that's
it was good.
Commendable. Yeah. So good job, Taze. Good job.
Next up, we have Ahura as Louis Spencer. Louis Spence.
Spendex.
No idea who he is, but I have to say I was slightly uncomfortable with how thick she put on the list. And I was like, it wasn't making it a character, it was almost making fun of it. So that really didn't sit well with me, but I did think she went for it.
But maybe a bit too much.
Yeah.
It wasn't organic, I think. It was...
Very forced, yeah.
Very forced. I have to commend her, though, for really trying her best.
She took a risk. Like I said, she took a risk. And I mean, she had fun moments, like with the legs.
Yeah.
I had to laugh. But in general, it was a bit too forced.
Yeah. Aside from the legs, I don't think she really had any other moments that really made us laugh. I kind of got a sense of who that person maybe is, but maybe I think Ahura really took it to another level.
She also went to the market, but the other way.
And saw Laurence on her way.
Yeah.
And then they chat as well with Mark.
Yeah, and Mark with a C.
Yeah. That's about it. Yeah.
Then last but not least, we have Katie Price. I mean, talk about a difference. Like, everyone was near the mark or the market, but she was like all the way over there.
Oh, that's here.
Doing her thing. It was amazing. I have no idea who Katie Price is.
I looked her up. Apparently, she did like a Eurovision thing or something, or like she qualified. Well, she tried to qualify for the UK.
Didn't know about that.
Yeah.
Whoever she is, she did it well.
Yeah.
I mean, the accent worked, like pronouncing all the R's as W's. The way she did it just made it really funny. And she had all of the one-liners. She made fun of the other queens, calling them bellends. The nipples are the eyes of the face.
Nipples are the eyes of the face.
I love when she didn't write something down and she had this entire story. And, I didn't have time to write anything down.
Timing was golden. It was. She murdered this challenge. She murdered the girls. She murdered their wigs. She made everyone vegan. The whole menu is now vegan. Vegan option is not an option because the whole thing is vegan now.
It's the only option
It's the only option. I'm so impressed.
the best by far.
By far.
There were miles and miles between
Oh
her
my
and Tayce,
God.
and then miles and miles between the rest.
Yeah.
To me. You know, there was one thing I really hated.
What?
I really can't stand the impersonation by the Vivian anymore.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not even gonna say his name. I'm just done with Orange.
Done with Orange.
Let's just say that.
Yeah.
I'm done with it. I don't want to see any impersonations of that anymore. It's getting really old. We've had 4 horrible years of having to listen to that and also having to listen to all the impersonations. Let's leave it behind us.
Yeah.
Now. Vivian, please stop.
Please be Vivian.
You're
We
so-
love you
you're so
as
talented and
Vivian.
beautiful.
Yeah. You're way better than your Snatch Game.
But that's Snatch Game already. In general, I did feel like it was a bit subpar to some of the Snatch Games we've seen. But, I mean, the best one was really the best. Even if she had been in a better Snatch Game, I think she still would have knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
That was very enjoyable. So,
Home
congrats,
run.
Bimini. Congrats. So then we get already to the main stage. Let's go to the main stage.
Main stage.
So we have guest judge Alan Card returning, and the phenomenal Jessie Ware. Jessie here. I love Jessie Ware. I really love her music, and after tonight, I love her even more.
Yes, and of course, why did they not do her song as a lip sync?
Why was there? What's your pleasure?
What's your pleasure?
What's your pleasure? Let's dig into
The looks.
So when they first said like, oh, drag 100 million BC, I was like, oh, that's a cute challenge. We've never seen that before. And then I saw all the runways and I was like, oh, that's why we've never seen it before. Context to that one is that I hate animal print. In particular, tiger print. And a lot of people went for that, and I hate it. I'm really sorry. I hate it. I just can't stand it. I think animal print is ugly and tacky.
There, I said it.
I said it. I'm really not into it. I've never seen a look where I loved it. Unless it was just like perhaps a zebra print, but in like funky colors, but not like the animal's actual colors. I only want to see animal prints on animal costumes. Like if you're a tiger, be a tiger.
Oh, yeah.
Perhaps because it reminds me of fur, and I just really don't like that.
Yeah.
It reminds me of rugs made out of animals made illegally, and I'm just like,
Yeah. Next.
bad taste. It has a bad taste.
I mean, animal print, you can make it work, but it is like an effort. With prehistoric, you don't have to wear animal print.
No, I would have gone kind of what Tayce did. I would have gone like cave woman, shaman.
But make it fashion.
Yeah. And specifically, I didn't want them to make it too like elegant. If there's something I don't associate with 10 million BC is elegance. Unless it's in a clever way. But we'll dig into that later.
Yeah.
So first up was Ahura. I thought this was a stunning look. Of course, there was animal print on the coat, but she had a dragging behind her, and I thought that really worked because just the bodice and the face mask by itself wouldn't have worked, but because she had the dragging of the fur, it really helped. The 3D printed material was stunning. That face mask aligning with her makeup, I loved that. That was good.
Yeah, it was so good. I can imagine how many hours she had to wait for that thing to be done.
Yes.
With the 3D printing. Okay, so impressive. I think it's also very fragile. That's why she said like, oh, I can't really lip sync in this. And I think that's because of the fragility of the costume. It was a clever take as well. Very high fashion, very art.
Yeah.
It was very like artistic.
It was creative interpretation of it.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah. Good job.
Next up is Tayce as a priestess from the caves.
Yes.
I really like that she dared not to just rely on pretty on this one and really go for it. I really thought this was a successful look, especially for the time period. And I think she has an amazing attention to detail that really worked with this outfit. And I thought this was really good.
I'm very impressed by the fact that she really went for the character.
Yeah.
Usually with Tayce, she relies on pretty a little bit. We've already mentioned that before. But this time, I really got the character and she wasn't afraid to really go there and be very crazy with the character. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Good job.
It was really well done.
Good job.
Yeah.
And she proves that blood is her brand. Again, she has some blood capsules.
She just brought one for every runway.
Yeah.
Next up was Sister. Of course, in an animal print dress. So you know how I'm going to feel about that. But I thought it was a really clever idea. The way that she had the cat and also the cat mouth on. I thought that was beautiful. I thought that was a really good idea. However, I'm not fully following the thoughts behind, first of all, the beehive and then the animal print with the green fringe.
Oh, yeah, the green fringe. Mama, no.
Yeah.
What was the green fringe?
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. I think the styling was a bit questionable.
Yeah.
In some parts, it worked, but it also didn't work for me. The ideas were screaming at each other a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm used to with her at this point. Not in a bad way. The thing is, like I said, I think a couple of episodes previously, it all looks put together, but not in a way that I would ever style it, and not in a way that I fully understand, but it is a full concept. It's a fully thought out look. I just don't get it.
Yeah,
and it doesn't mean that I think it's bad. I thought this was a really safe look.
Yeah.
And she was safe.
Yeah. She didn't really go for the actual prehistoric route. She just made something in a prehistoric theme.
Yeah.
So that, I think, is a bit questionable. But it was a decent look.
It was good. Next up is Tia Kofi as a pterodactyl. In Dutch, we do pronounce the P. A pterodactyl fantasy. Latex-ish. I'm very happy that she's finally singed.
No, she's not singed.
Oh, no.
It was just her body.
I'm very happy it's finally form-fitting.
Yeah, showing her body.
I loved the makeup. It looked really good on her. I loved the stones and everything.
That's it. No.
That's all the positive things I have to say about it, unfortunately. I didn't think it was quite a success. When I saw all of them lined up, it reminded me of this post about someone attending a party, and the dress code was costume. So someone showed up as Spider-Man, but it was like as in a frock costume, as in suit and tie. Oh. So there was one Spider-Man among all of these people in suits, and it was very awkward. And that kind of felt like seeing Tia among all of the other contestants. There was just a bit of a quality difference to me. She said she rhinestoned it all, but I didn't see any rhinestones.
It was like at the wings.
Yeah, it was. She should have rhinestoned more.
More, yeah. If you rhinestone and you think that you're like, oh, like, I'm impressed by how many stones I put on this, Mama, usually you need triple it. Quadruple it, okay?
Quintuple it.
You can't ever have enough stones. Yeah, I'm not really impressed.
I wasn't feeling it. I'm sorry.
We love you, Tia.
We love Tia, though. Like, she's one of our favorite queens. The look was just not a success.
And I was a bit sad that she's saying, like, I have eyes. I know that this look is really subpar compared to all of y'all's. I don't want you to feel insecure about yourself.
It's not all about looks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's as well.
Ru keeps saying, like, oh, you have such a good body. Show it off. No, not necessarily. If you don't want to show it off, don't show it off. Your drag is your drag.
Yeah.
Do what you want to do. We're going to expect some form of elevation after 7 months of a break, and you're on Drag Race. Of course, we don't want to see the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
But I don't think it is all about looks, and especially just because you have a slim body.
Yeah, I don't agree with RuPaul because she really tries to comfort Tia by saying, hey, look at your gorgeous body, constantly reminding her that she has to use her body. And of course, like, it is meant to be empowering. Why don't you also, like, focus on her comedy? Because she's so intelligent as well with her delivery and with her jokes.
And also, like, her outfits could be more comedy driven.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be about form.
I think the problem is that RuPaul really wants to push her to be on almost the same lane as RuPaul herself, which is like tall, skinny, slender model, which is fine, but I mean, it's weird.
It doesn't have to look like Naomi Smalls.
No. Or Naomi Campbell, or
all of the Naomis.
All the Naomis.
So let's just keep it at that.
Yeah.
Next up is Bimini Bon-Boulash, and she's a bacteria.
Bacteria.
Oh.
What a clever way to interpret this challenge.
I loved it. This look was, first of all, beautiful. Purple. That's why we wore purple. Hey. And also, like, I got it immediately. Like, when she walked on, the dress had that movement, that flowy movement. It just worked. I got it. It's an interesting take. This is what I want to say. Like, 10 million BC, was it even caveman time? No.
No.
This was bacteria at the bottom of the ocean time.
Yeah.
And I love that she took that idea and just really put it in the best way forward. The context, the styling. She really made it
fashionable.
Interesting.
And fashionable.
Yeah.
And artistic.
Yeah.
Again, with this challenge, she murdered the whole stage, okay? I mean, she is on a league of her own.
Yeah.
And I immediately got Iris van Herpen. Stunning. It was good. Good. It's your week.
Next up, we have Laurence Cheney. You remember that she went to the market?
Yeah. We're back.
She stayed there.
She stayed there.
I really didn't feel she hit the mark here either. She came out with dirty teeth. That's a gag we've seen before. And a Bianca Del Rio cut dress. When I think of Laurence, I think of innovative, pun, clever ideas worked out to the max. This felt very safe, very standard. This is not what I expect from Laurence Cheney.
Yeah.
I was not impressed.
Yeah.
There were like good details on the dress, like the scratch marks that were beaded. There were good things, there were good ideas, but all in all, it felt safe, very safe.
Yeah, very safe. And I think the problem is that the dress is really well fitted. Suits her body really well, but it was a pageant dress first and prehistoric second. I feel like she just slapped the print on it and called it a day. It was not very innovative. This was a perfect opportunity for Laurence to mess it up a little bit, you know, to have a
Tayce.
Like Tayce.
Like have fun with the concept rather than trying to look the cutest.
Polished. Yeah. So last week I commended her for looking polished all the time. This week I wanted to see less polish.
Well, I mean, Bimini looked polished to the T.
Yeah, true.
But because her idea was so outside of the box, it worked. Laurence's idea wasn't original. It wasn't very interesting. It didn't surprise me. And then to also not have a very interesting take on it, it doesn't do a lot with me.
Yeah. So it was a miss.
It was a miss.
Yeah.
This was not Laurence's week. But then again, she won 3 weeks in a row. So who cares? She has the track record to prove that she's something.
I mean, she's still a really good contender, okay, Mama?
Yeah.
Come on.
Last but not least, it's Ellie Diamond.
Ellie Diamond.
I thought this was a cute look.
You did?
It was a cute look. It just reminded me of the cave woman version of the troll look. Kinda.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is with Ellie, but I keep hitting a wall with her where her outfits are well made and look alright, but they don't excite me.
I agree.
It can't really pinpoint what it is because it's a good outfit. It was styled well. It was detailed, but it doesn't excite me.
Yeah.
I want more. She's not being called out on it. So I'm like, is it me? I mean, they have said that she wears the same silhouette a lot. Is it me? What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Am I being weird?
No, I agree. If I'm being very, very honest, not to be very shady or mean, if I have to look back at all the looks, I forgot how her look looked. I have the ideas in my head because she has already done that before.
It's a bodysuit, possibly with chaps.
And big hair.
Yeah, big hair.
And big hair.
And stunning makeup.
Stunning makeup. It's just not memorable to me.
But I can't pinpoint what it is.
Yeah. I mean...
So I can't be constructive about it, and that's what I hate.
Yeah.
I find it almost rude of myself to say, like, you don't excite me, but I don't know how else to say it at this point.
Yeah.
Because it's such a recurring theme.
It's hard. I mean, what do you guys think, actually?
Yeah. Let us know in the comments.
Let us know.
Let's have a chat about this. But let's move on. We get to the top bottoms and the save queens. And in save are Ellie and Sister Sister. And I agree, they both had alright characters on Snatch Game.
Yep.
Had an alright look. Not the best, not the worst. So they deserve to be in the save category.
Yeah.
So in the top, we have just 2 queens. Who'd have thought? Who'd have beauty?
I did.
In the top, we have Taze and Bimini. And of course, Bimini wins because she really hit it out of the park. It was right over there. It was everywhere. It was so good. It was so good. So congrats. Really deserved.
Yes. Congratulations, Bimini.
Yeah. And then we get to the bottom of it.
Bottom.
We get to the bottom of
it.
A'Whora, Laurence, and Tia are in the bottom. I think A'Whora's look kind of saved her from the bottom too.
Yeah.
Because Tia and Laurence have to lip sync.
But it's a gag.
It's
because
a gag.
Laurence has
3 wins in a row and then in the bottom 2. That's quite the crash. But the bigger they are, the harder they fall.
The bigger the who, the bigger the hoe.
I definitely think it's a deserved bottom 2.
Yeah, get it.
No, Jessie Ware lip sync song.
Yeah.
I also have to say, this lip sync, it felt desperate.
It felt very desperate, Housewives.
I mean, from Tia, I get it. Laurence obviously has much to lose, but I didn't feel like it was a really great lip sync. Let's just say that. And there's one thing I just will never get. Dropping down onto your knees is not a move. Either it reminds me of ouch or like, oh, she's ready to
Yeah.
like there's a guy with gray sweats and I'm just like on the knees.
No, but I agree with you. It really felt like they were really trying to impress RuPaul.
I mean, of course they are. Like, again, I don't know what it is, but like usually it's like there's a fire, not a desperation.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard. Maybe I will think differently if I was in their shoes. Of course.
Season 2 of Drag Race Holland.
I would rather have you be completely lost in the song, completely delivering your take, your interpretation of the song.
They seem very aware.
They seem very aware, and they seem very like towards the judges, like, hey, I'm here. Ah! It didn't really work, but I do agree that Laurence wins the lip sync, but not per se because of the lip sync.
No. I think she has proven herself more than Tia, and I'm afraid that they want to see more fashion, and I don't think she has it in her at this moment of filming. Of course, looking at her Instagram now, she's really elevated her looks, and it's stunning. And the reason we fell in love with Tia was because of her humor. Yeah. From her Meet the Queens on to every moment in the episode, it was her humor that really made us fall in love with her. So that's what I'll remember. Yeah. She was one of my favorite queens, and I really hoped that she had elevated it more during quarantine time because I really wanted to see her succeed. But I do get that this is now her time.
Yeah. I loved her exit line.
Oh, she had been sitting on that one for months.
7 months. She had like that down. Coffee to go.
But that's it for today. Let us know in the comments below what you think. Let's have a little chit chat about it. Yeah. Do you think Tia deserved to go? Yeah. Do you agree that Laurence won the lip sync? Do you agree that Bimini won the episode? What do you think of Snatch Game? Who would you be for Snatch Game? I want to know all the tea down below, and also the coffee.
All the tea and coffee.
While you're down there, you nasty you can find the like button, the subscribe button, and all of our socials. You can find us on Instagram at The Dutch Housewives. And you can find us on Patreon if you want to support us at The Dutch Housewives. Yes. And you can also find us on YouTube.
You've already found us.
This is YouTube. Yeah.
You've already found us here, so
welcome to YouTube. Until the next video. Drink lots of water, okay?
Drink lots of water, okay?
Or like beautiful purple wine. Like a tall glass of purple wine. Wine is purple. Don't mess with me. Okay, bye.
Bye. See you on the next one.